All right, feel free.
Coach, they just seemed to kind of have a big end of the fourth quarter, and Citrone especially was getting some really phenomenal plays against you. Just kind of talk about that plays that she was making.
No, she made some big shots. You got to give Kid a credit. The three she made with the shot clock as it was going down, I thought was defended pretty well. But she's a heck of a basketball player and made a big time shot. So you've got to tip your hat to her. Again, another really good basketball game. I mean, unfortunately for us, our fourth quarter offensively was not what we needed it to be. But I can't fault our effort. I thought our kids competed. I thought they played hard. They gave it everything they had. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, it sucks to lose on a senior night, a senior day, whatever you want to call it, especially with a group of kids that are pretty special. They're pretty darn special, and and it's not going the way everybody wants it to go. I mean, there's no question, but we've got to figure out a way to, get back to work here. We'll take tomorrow off. We will not do much on Tuesday either, and then we'll fly down on Tuesday night or Wednesday, depending on if we're the 4 or 5 seed, whatever it might be. And then get ready for what I think is going to be a great ACC tournament. I mean, we're 21-10 right now, and honestly, we're 12-6 in the league, and we're about five or six possessions away from being 13-3, 14-2. I mean, it's right there. It's right there. We've just got to get over that hump. We got to figure out a way right when it gets tough to figure it out. And then, I'll have to go back and watch. I mean, we didn't foul in the first half, but we sure as hell fouled in the second half. And it's not like we were trying to foul. So I just throw my hands up on some of it. Now that's, we can't send them to the free throw line. We knew that's where they like to score. They like to get to the line. And unfortunately, we put them there way too much.
Jeff, what the last 6:45 offensively, what was it? Did you see or did you feel like it was with you guys only getting the 2 field goals late? Was there something that it seemed like their zone was kind of creating some problems, but was something you guys were doing?
Well, the zone was creating some problems, but we had some shots. And then, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to attack. And, we just didn't. We were very passive when we got the ball. We didn't look to score early. I thought Haley played a really good basketball game. I thought she competed and played her ass off. Costed as well. I've just got to get others. They've got to be. There's not one player on this team that we're telling to not shoot. So I'll put that out there now. There's not one player that we have said do not shoot. We tell them to take shots they practice. Take shots they practice in practice. Okay? And I've got some that act like, oh, well, he said not to shoot. No, I haven't. Because you have to attack. If they're not going to guard you at the three-point line, then you've got to look to be able to get a pull-up. You've got to look to be able to get to the rim. But if they're backed off you enough, you're not going to get to the rim. So now I've got to be willing to shoot a pull-up. And then you can also attack to get others involved. And that's one thing that Cost does so well. I mean, I'd like to see her take more than 4 shots, to be honest. I mean, she has to look to score more, in my opinion. But she's always looking to get other shots. So, it sucks. It's a tough loss. Hate it. Hate it for the players. Hate it for everybody involved. But, we can either try to continue to get better because we've got ACC tournament and NCAA tournament coming up. And if we can get clicking, which we can, but if we can, we could be a team you really don't want to play in March. But we've got to really get that going.
Jeff, you mentioned, kind of getting over that hump and then being, 5 or 6 possessions away from, being 13-3. I guess, is that just a mental thing, or what is that hump, and how do you guys move
Well,
that
it's
forward?
just being able to execute offensively and step up and feel confident when you're shooting. All of those small things. I mean, you look through it. It's not like we turned it over terribly in the fourth quarter. We had shots, guys. I mean, you look at it. We got to be able to knock down shots, and unfortunately, we didn't.
I guess just moving forward in the ACC tournament, how do you kind of reset knowing that, you guys still have a lot to play for as far as seeding in the NCAA tournament and just wanting to have a good showing there in the ACC?
Well, I don't think there's really anything about, getting focused again and hell, if you've played since November, and this is what you play for. You're playing your regular season to have the opportunity to play in your conference tournament. You're fighting on seeding, and then the NCAA tournament. If I've got to do something to try to get them excited to do that, then they probably might want to hang up basketball. Try checkers, maybe chess.
A situation like this, considering what you've been through this season, you feel like this is the kind of thing that can kind of motivate your team to grasp a new situation with having to play maybe an extra day or a couple of extra days in the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, I'm hoping it does. We lost in the first round in the quarterfinals of the ACC tournament last year, and I know there are people out there upset that we didn't win a national championship, but I'll take getting back to a Final Four, and then at least give yourself a chance to play on that last weekend. So, are we going to hang our heads and just be like, man, this just sucks? No. I mean, it can hurt for a day or two, and it should. But then we got to get back in the gym and get better.
Jeff, I think Morgan played about 10 minutes, CC 12. What more did you want out of them in this one to get them out there?
Well, we're just trying emotion, some energy at the defensive end as well, attack. So at this point in time, the hard thing is you have to go into a game. Like we don't have games anymore, guys. There's no more games that I can give someone 15 minutes to play to see if they're going to play hard. That shit's over. There's nobody we're going to beat by 30 that I can just say, hey, I'm going to let them play. If you don't bring it from the tip, I'll give you a few minutes, but then if you don't turn things on, I got to move on to the next. Everybody wants to play. I thought Riss played well. So what am I supposed to take her out of the game to put someone else in because just to see if they'll start to play with the energy and emotion we need? No, I'm not doing it. I think I'm sure our fans aren't thrilled that we lost. I mean, until my AD and all of our fans are say, hey, we don't care if we win or lose, then I'm going to keep doing things the way I'm doing it. But hey, and as soon as they say that, please tell me. Because what I'll do is just make sure everybody plays the same amount of minutes. Because everybody be happy.
You had mentioned Marissa earlier. She really came in and played a great game for y'all, and she's been kind of on a pretty high level for you these last several games as well.
Yeah, she has. I mean, she's got to cut her turnovers down. She had 3. But I thought she shot the ball well. She had a great look there when we were down 3 with about a minute 40 to go that went in and out. But overall, I've been really pleased at the progress that she has been making. But yeah, we just got to keep fighting. We got to keep fighting. Because nobody's just going to roll over and let us win.
Jeff, I know it's hard with the emotions of the game still going, but what does these 6 seniors mean to you in this program?
I mean, they're wonderful They're wonderful kids. I mean, adults. I've said it all along. We have been blessed here for 16 years here to not only have great basketball players that have graduated and moved on, but they represent their families, our university, our city at the highest. I mean, it's really, really impressive. Knock on wood. I'm not getting any phone calls about something that took place at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I haven't gotten those, and I don't think I will, because they know right from wrong. And I say it all the time. We were all 18 to 22 at one point in time. A lot of us were just fortunate there wasn't cell phones. All right? So if someone took a picture of the stupid shit that I did every once in a while, then you'd have to go take the other 21 or 22 or 34, and then, after about a week of finishing out the roll, then you go to Walgreens. And, man, you'd be crazy if you paid a few extra bucks for some doubles. Okay? And then by the time you got it back, nobody cared what happened. It's like, it was 2 weeks ago. Now these kids live in the moment of it's instant. And don't think people aren't out there trying to find a student athlete to do something dumb, and all of a sudden, hey, now I can put it out. It is. It's real. But I've been blessed. I mean, we have wonderful wonderful players right now that have been outstanding. And it's just, it's every senior night's hard. Because, it's the old, how are you going to replace this one? How are you going to replace Koss? You're not going to replace Koss. You're just not. You just got to find someone that can do something that is different but outstanding. Everybody was like, how are you going to replace Angel McCutcher? You're not going to replace Angel McCutcher, guys. But when Shoney came in, she was pretty good. Sarah Hammond, we had players that did their own things. And then it's Asia Durr. Then it's Dana. You can just go through the line. So you don't replace anyone. You just find the next one who makes a name for themselves.
You mentioned Marissa. She kind of sparked you guys when she came in, playing well lately. What do you think's clicked for her coming off the bench when she gets in?
Well, I really think she's been working hard to get in shape. I think that's been her biggest thing since she's been here. For some athletes, it's easy to get in shape. For others, it's a challenge, and for her, it's a challenge. But she's been working extremely hard. She works extra. She's dedicated to it. She's watching what she's eating. She's doing everything she can. And I'm proud of her because I think she's seeing the success. Guys, I appreciate y'all. Thanks so much.